WOUB
Ohioans can receive free at-home COVID-19 tests now. Find out how. Fences are returning around the Capitol ahead of a planned rally. And in sports, Ohio football is still searching for its first win of the season. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening and welcome to Newswatch, your source for news impacting southeastern Ohio. I'm Madison Moore. Ohioans who are concerned about getting COVID-19 after a recent exposure can get free rapid COVID-19 tests at many local libraries around the state. Locations in August provided more than 53,000 tests statewide. The Ohio Department of Health purchased 2 million rapid at-home tests earlier this year. To make the test available to everyone, the state has partnered with several agencies, including the Ohio Library Council and many of its member libraries. Since February, the state has made nearly 160,000 tests available for libraries to provide to their communities. The Abbott Binax Now home test can be provided to individuals for at-home use and is packaged with a telehealth session to oversee test administration and result reporting. An FDA committee is set to talk about COVID-19 vaccine boosters for general public on Friday. If approved, it would mean a third shot for everyone who received the Pfizer vaccine. Moderna has also submitted data to the FDA for approval of booster doses, but today there's continuing debate over the necessity of the third shot. Mandy Gather has more on what both sides are saying in today's Health Minute.
In just days, the FDA could give the green light to COVID-19 boosters, a third shot for everyone who got the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, Moderna seeking the same for those who got its vaccine. For weeks, top U.S. health officials have said an additional dose may help provide further protection against the coronavirus.
The durability of the protection tends to wane, particularly in the context of the Delta variant.
But the booster debate took a turn Monday with this opinion piece published in The Lancet from an international group of vaccine scientists, including 2 retiring FDA leaders. It says COVID-19 vaccines do not currently show a need for boosting. The lead author saying, taken as a whole, the currently available studies do not provide credible evidence of substantially declining protection against severe disease, which is the primary goal of vaccination. One expert isn't ruling it out in the long run.
In the bigger picture, I do believe that boosters will be likely needed. The timing and nuances of these are hard.
On the other side of the booster argument, the FDA saying the views of the authors do not represent the views of the agency. We look forward to a robust and transparent discussion on Friday about that application. But about 75 million eligible people in the U.S. have yet to roll up their sleeves. Some experts say the focus needs to be on them.
Let's get vaccine doses into people who are unvaccinated, and then we will see.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The Lancet paper also argued that the current COVID-19 vaccine supply could save more lives if used in people who are not yet vaccinated than if used as boosters. In early August, the World Health Organization called for a moratorium on booster shots until at least the end of September.
Forecaster Erin Ashley bringing you today's weather. Tropical Storm Nicholas has been brewing up in the Gulf of Mexico, but today in Athens, it's going to be, right now in Athens, is 81 degrees, partly cloudy. We're seeing humidity at 63% and the pressure is at 30.05 inches. It's decreasing as we head into the night. Winds come from the southwest direction at 0 to 5 miles per hour. Across the region, we will see that many temperatures across the region have been around the mid to low 80s. We're going to see 81 degrees. We apologize for the technical difficulties as the graphics are a little bit stalled right now, but we are seeing similar temperatures of 81 degrees in Marietta, Cambridge, New Lexington, and then our warmer temperatures to our west of 84 degrees in Chillicothe. The week ahead, some highlights to look forward to are some mild temperatures, very high humidity. But when will we see a chance for thunderstorms? I'll talk about this and more in my full forecast, but for now, back to you, Madison.
Local authorities are teaming up to reduce car crashes in the region. The Ohio State Patrol, Hocking Sheriff's Office, and the Athens County Sheriff's Office announced last Friday that they will be focusing on crash-causing violations to reduce fatal crashes in Athens and Hocking County. U.S. Highway 33 was the top route in the region for fatalities, with 38 in 2021. So in order to reduce the number, the local authorities are wanting drivers to drive sober, follow the speed limit, and pay attention at all times when behind the wheel. A sanitation company doubled the amount of waste they were allowed to dispose in a local creek, and now they will have to fix the problem the company has created. Ohio's Attorney General filed a lawsuit against the A2 Sanitation 3 weeks ago after Ohio environmental regulators said the company was not taking sufficient action to address the problem. Steps are now being put into place and prevent further contamination. In the past 3 weeks, 145,000 gallons of the sewage and grease have been removed already and disposed at an approved facility. Moving forward, A2Z Sanitation must continue to clean up the creek until the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency says it can resume operations. The mother of a 6-year-old boy who died when she tried to abandon him and his older brothers at a park was sentenced today. Brittany Gosney must serve 21 years before she will be eligible for parole and have to register as a violent offender. The 29-year-old Middletown resident pled guilty last month to murder and child endangerment. The child died on February 26 after Gosney drove him and his siblings to the park, and he grabbed the door and was dragged as she tried to drive off. A Waverly resident accused of killing 8 members of Roden and Gillies families in 2016 entered a plea Friday. She is the second person in her family to admit to a role in the killings. The murders allegedly stemmed from a dispute over the custody of her granddaughter. Prosecutors dropped aggravated murder charges, and she agreed to testify against her family. Her husband and 2 other adult sons were also charged in the 2016 slayings of the Roden family. Her son pled guilty and agreed to testify to avoid a potential death sentence. Congressional members remember 9/11. And United States Capitol Police prepares for possible violent riots. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Do you know your dad is the baddest man in the world?
Without any further introduction, Muhammad Ali.
He's young, he's handsome. They know it.
Never talk about who's gonna stop me. Well, ain't nobody gonna stop me.
I'm showing the world that you can stay yourself and get respect from the world.
He's 22 years old. And he's standing up to the whole establishment.
Wait till you see Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali starts Sunday, September 19th at 8/7 Central, only on PBS.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, discover treasures that capture the excitement of the unusual.
My great uncle was a stunt man, and in 1911 he went over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
And the delight of everyday life.
31-cent gas is really a laugh.
Definitely not 31 cents anymore.
Not anymore, no, not anymore.
It's Antiques Roadshow, next time from Winterthur Museum, Garden and Library.
These adorable, seemingly passive fur balls are in fact the ultimate survivors. Within their bite-sized frame lies a fighter, able to outwit the many predators that surround them. From frozen forests to concrete jungles, we take you deep into their changing world. We'll reveal just how remarkable rabbits really are.
Bats. For many, flying creatures of nightmares and news cycles.
COVID-19 may have had its roots in bats.
But to scientists, they are biological wonders.
They can fly in complete darkness.
They can get infection without getting sick.
We do not understand yet fully why.
What can their extraordinary biology teach us?
There it is. Secret of everlasting youth.
Bat Superpowers on Nova.
As the nation rallied around remembering a national tragedy, the U.S. Capitol Police prepared to protect against a different tragedy. Security fences are going back up around the nation's capital. Authorities are worried a right-wing rally planned for Saturday could result in a similar violence seen on January 6th. The U.S. Capitol Police Board has approved the department's request to erect temporary fencing around the building. The police chief says the fence will go up soon and should come down shortly after the weekend.
Demonstration is scheduled for September 18th. Just the intelligence information that we're aware of and a little bit about our operational plan, about what we plan to do.
Have you requested that the fence go up?
Yeah, yes. Yes. The fence will go up a day or two before, and if everything goes well, it'll come down very soon after.
Members of Congress also honored those who died in the tragedy. This morning, congressional leaders held a moment of silence at the U.S. Capitol as they recalled that brief moment when national unity prevailed over political discord. The four top Republicans and Democrats in Congress honored the lives lost on September 11th in New York and Washington. The leaders spoke on the steps of East Front of the Capitol. The same space lawmakers came together on the night of the attack and sang "God Bless America." It is also the spot where insurrectionists violently stormed the Capitol after President Biden's election, an event that has since drove the two parties apart.
As Americans across the country mark this solemn day over the weekend, we recommit to our sacred promise to never forget both what we lost and the unity and strength that we found. May God bless the families of those who lost their loved ones, those who helped those families, and may God bless America.
20 years ago, on September 11, 2001, 2,977 lives were lost due to the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. But we must also remember the sacrifices that many first responders made that day in order to save lives. To honor and remember their sacrifices, the Ohio University ROTC program holds their annual 9/11 Stair Challenge event. Reporter Joe Collins has more.
Wearing the thick pants and jackets designed to protect them and carrying the American flag, a group of first responders walk up and down the stairs of Peden Stadium. Each step symbolizes a step firefighters made 20 years ago as they climb their way up the World Trade Center.
We're here to honor the people that sacrificed on 9/11, and so think about what they were going through, the thoughts that they had as they went through, and they were doing it out of personal courage, out of self-sacrifice, out of a sense of duty and loyalty.
Joining them on this 20th anniversary, members of Ohio University's Army and Air Force ROTC programs. For the 7th year in a row, cadets walk up and down the steps of Peden, 2,071 steps in total.
I know when they showed up and I saw them first going up the stairs with the flags raised up and full gear on, it gave me chills. I mean, that's the best part every year, and I love how we always see a big group of cadets who are usually our better runners, who just finish it with them and do all kinds of extra laps to make sure that there are people who are running it with them, because they are the reason why we are here.
Military personnel who served and families of those impacted by 9/11 also participated in the challenge and shared their stories with cadets about what September 11th meant to them.
I've been to Iraq once and Afghanistan twice, and so there's been profound effects on my life from 9/11. Obviously, when I was a young cadet on 9/11, we were expecting to go to Bosnia, Kosovo, and be peacekeepers, and then that whole change in my trajectory of my life on this day 20 years ago was completely different than it had been the day before.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Joe Collins.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. A veteran celebrates a very special birthday. That story's still ahead.
Tropical storm Nicholas has officially made landfall in southern Texas. When will we begin to see some remnants of this tropical storm? I'll talk about this and more in my full weather segment, but for now, let's take a look at stocks of local interest.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, discover treasures that capture the excitement of the unusual.
My great uncle was a stunt man, and in 1911 he went over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
And the delight of everyday life.
31-cent gas is really a laugh.
Definitely not 31 cents anymore.
Not anymore, no, not anymore.
It's Antiques Roadshow, next time from Winterthur Museum, Garden and Library.
Bats, for many, flying creatures of nightmares and news cycles.
COVID-19 may have had its roots in bats.
But to scientists, they are biological wonders.
They can fly in complete darkness.
They can get infection without getting sick.
We do not understand yet fully why.
What can their extraordinary biology teach us?
There it is, secret of everlasting youth.
Bat Superpowers on Nova.
Southeast Ohio football is back and better than ever in 2021, and Gridiron Glory has you covered with the latest stories and award-winning coverage from around the region. Tune in Fridays at 11:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. to find out who's bringing the glory all season long. You can catch all this season's action at woub.org/gridiron or stay up to date and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get ready and remember, there's nothing better than Friday nights and Gridiron Glory.
These adorable, seemingly passive fur balls are in fact the ultimate survivors. Within their bite-sized frame lies a fighter, able to outwit the many predators that surround them. From frozen forests to concrete jungles, we take you deep into their changing world. We'll reveal just how remarkable rabbits really are.
So looking at the hour by hour as we head into Saturday morning, tomorrow at 8 in the morning, we're going to see temperatures at 55 degrees, but those temperatures will rise as we head to 10 in the morning. It's going to be 67 degrees. We have a 12-degree jump right there, and humidity is going to linger, as you can see right here. Humidity is going to linger, and that's going to create that slight breeze at noon. The temperature is going to jump to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Athens tomorrow is going to be 82 degrees, very sunny, mild temperatures, and some steady winds coming from the southwest direction at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Across the region tomorrow, it's going to be very mild, as you can see by across the region map here. We're going to see temperatures in the mid to low 80s, 83 degrees in Ironton, Jackson, Ripley, Chillicothe, and Columbus, and then it's going to get cooler as we head towards the east with 79 degrees in New Martinsville. Generally going to be very sunny skies, very pleasant weather as we head into tomorrow. Looking at the surface features today, you can see that there is a high pressure system that has just passed through our region right here by this blue H. This high pressure is going to be the cause for high humidity, some pleasant weather, all around that summer-like weather that comes with the beginning of September. Looking at the surface analysis tomorrow, you can see that there is a cold front that is going to be approaching and pushing down towards our region, kind of making this high pressure system retreat towards the east. This is going to be the cause for some rain showers as we look through the week. Tomorrow is going to be a temperature of 82 degrees, and it's going to warm up as we head into the end of the week. But you're going to see a chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow on Wednesday. That 40% has increased to 80% chance of rain. And then on Thursday, it's likely to linger, and you're likely to see some remnants of that cyclone that has moved forward. Back to you, Madison.
The nation's oldest World War II veteran turned 112 yesterday. Lawrence Brooks celebrated his birthday with his 5 children, 13 grandchildren, and 22 great-grandchildren, along with his whole community.
Today is Mr. Lawrence Brooks's 112th birthday.
My sunshine, my only sunshine.
This is one of the days that the entire staff of the World War II Museum looks forward to. We all love Mr. Brooks. He represents so much. He represents a generation that helped save the world. He's just a wonderful person. If you ask Mr. Brooks, how did he live so long? He's going to tell you, be nice to people. He's just such a wonderful man and means so much to his community, to his church, to the National World War II Museum. But as the oldest veteran in the United States, he means a lot to this nation.
Happy birthday, Lawrence, and thank you for your service.
Good evening. Coming up in sports, both Ohio soccer and field hockey look to get back in the win column over the weekend. Find out how they did later on. And right after the break, Ohio football searched for their first win as they welcomed Duquesne. A recap and reaction up next on Newswatch. Now, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Southeast Ohio football is back and better than ever in 2021, and Gridiron Glory has you covered with the latest stories and award-winning coverage from around the region. Tune in Fridays at 11:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 11:30 a.m. to find out who's bringing the glory all season long. You can catch all this season's action at woub.org/gridiron or stay up to date and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get ready and remember, there's nothing better than Friday nights and Gridiron Glory.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, discover treasures that capture the excitement of the unusual.
My great uncle was a stunt man, and in 1911 he went over Niagara Falls in a barrel.
And the delight of everyday life.
31-cent gas is really a laugh.
Definitely not 31 cents anymore.
Not anymore, no, not anymore.
It's Antiques Roadshow, next time from Winterthur Museum, Garden and Library.
These adorable, seemingly passive fur balls are in fact the ultimate survivors. Within their bite-sized frame lies a fighter, able to outwit the many predators that surround them. From frozen forests to concrete jungles, we take you deep into their changing world. We'll reveal just how remarkable rabbits really are.
Bats, for many, flying creatures of nightmares and news cycles.
COVID-19 may have had its roots in bats.
But to scientists, they are biological wonders.
They can fly in complete darkness.
They can get infection without getting sick.
We do not understand yet fully why.
What can their extraordinary biology teach us?
There it is. Secret of everlasting youth.
Bat superpowers on Nova.
Hello everyone, I'm Ethan Sargent. Ohio football welcomed Duquesne Saturday, and the result was not what many Bobcat fans expected. It was the perfect start for the Bobcats as DeMontre Tuggle took the opening kickoff 83 yards to the house. But after that, it was anything but smooth sailing for the Bobcats. Duquesne rallied off 22 unanswered, and a late Ohio fightback was not enough as the Bobcats ended up falling 28-26 to the Dukes. This is Ohio's first loss to an FCS opponent since the 2002 season. Head coach Tim Albin and wide receiver Cam Odom reflected postgame on the tough loss.
Not the outcome that we wanted. You got to give credit to Coach Smith. Duquesne did a great job. They out-executed us. You tell their plan from the start. Snap the ball with 1 second to go. Try to control the game.
One thing I always say is we have to learn how to turn the page. When stuff goes good and when stuff goes wrong, whether that's on the field or off the field. Whether we have a good play, you got to learn to turn the page and go back and get ready for the next play, and that's the same that goes with a win or a loss.
Not the outcome that we wanted.
The Bobcats hope to right the ship on Thursday night against Louisiana. After a tough loss against the second-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes on Friday, the Ohio field hockey team looked to respond on Saturday against St. Louis. And respond they did, running out 7-3 winners against the Billikens. Both Jillian Shive and Caitlin Whittle put up hat tricks for the Bobcats. Ohio outshot St. Louis 25-5 and had 16 shots on goal. The Bobcats move up to 2-5 on the young season, and they will open up conference play in the MAC on Friday against the Kent State Golden Flashes. The Ohio women's soccer team got one of their best players back on Saturday, and it helped them secure a much-needed non-conference victory. Abby Townsend made her long-awaited return on Sunday as the Bobcats took down Cleveland State by a score of 3-1. Townsend got on the score sheet in her return, along with Isabella Janaki and Haley Miller. Ohio had 11 shots on goal compared to just 4 for Cleveland State. The team has one more non-conference test against Western Carolina before returning to Chesapeake to open up MAC play against Buffalo. Heading over to high school sports, the Athens Bulldogs look to rebound against Alexander under the Friday night lights. The Bulldogs have struggled on offense so far, but that definitely wasn't the case on Friday night. Athens dominated both on the ground and through the air, en route to a huge 41-14 victory. Runs like this in the trenches help set up big pass plays like this dime from quarterback Landon Wheatley to wide receiver Levi Neal. Athens takes on Vinton County on Friday. Catch all the action on Gridiron Glory at 11:30 on Friday night. Speaking of Athens football, former Bulldog Joe Burrow made his return from injury against the Vikings at Paul Brown Stadium. It was a thriller as two old buddies from LSU rekindled their connection as Burrow found Jamar Chase for 6. So much for those drop issues. The jungle was rocking after the Bengals took a 21-7 lead, but the Vikings stormed back as Greg Joseph kicked this 53-yard field goal to level things at 24. After a timely Dalvin Cook fumble and a gutsy 4th-and-1 play, Evan McPherson kicked the game winner to win the game in overtime for the Bengals. I'm Ethan Sargent. That's it for sports. Back over to you, Madison.
Thanks, Ethan. 2 dreams are coming true on the same day. A Florida auto repair shop owner won a $1 million lottery on the same day he and his wife opened their business. Brian Woodall said he picked up a $5 Gold Rush Supreme scratch-off ticket at a Circle K at the end of his first day of business. The 46-year-old chose to take a one-time payout of $880,000. The Circle K where he bought the tickets get a $2,000 commission. Florida might see an even bigger winner this week. The Powerball lottery jackpot grew to an estimated $409 million ahead of Saturday night's drawing.
Hi, welcome back to our weather segment. So Athens tomorrow is actually going to be 87 degrees. The graphics that are currently on your screen are for past days, but I will give you the proper information. It's going to be 87 degrees on Athens with partly cloudy skies. Humidity is going to be at 55% with pressure being just below 30 inches of mercury. With the pressure dropping and with this humidity rising, it's going to create a nice likelihood for storms. Across the region tomorrow, we're going to see very mild temperatures contrary to what you see on your screen right here. It's going to be 87 degrees in Athens, and it's going to be warmer to the west, 89 degrees in Chillicothe, and cooler to the east, 86 degrees in New Martinsville. Looking at the week ahead, so tomorrow is actually Tuesday. We're going to see a 30% chance tomorrow night of showers and thunderstorms. That chance of thunderstorms and showers is going to rise to 80% as we head into Wednesday, and it's going to linger on Thursday at 30% chance of rain. As we head into the weekend, temperatures are going to stay in the mid to upper 80s, bringing you to a warm weekend. Throw it back to Madison to finish up.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Madison Moore. And stay tuned to the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at woub.org. Have a great night.